Welcome back to another PvP tutorial, and in this one we will be adding some roles and a way to switch teams, because if we don't, then we're not going to be able to get the score to work up there. So let's go ahead and get started. So obviously we're going to copy this and make a team button first of all. So I'm just going to scale this down a little bit. And this will be the team button. So go ahead and rename the text to team. And then after we rename the text to team, actually rename it to switch team. So people know that if they press this button, they'll switch teams. And we are also going to rename the interaction volume prompt to switch team. So when people hover over it, they know it'll switch teams. Now that we've done that, make sure that your interaction volume is, up to the edges of the text. We're actually not going to have this locked. Okay, now that we have the switch team button, let's set up our two roles for each team, because that's how you're going to do damage to people. You're going to have like a few two roles, one for each team so it knows who to damage. So we're going to place down two of these, and you only have to rename them. You don't have to do anything specific to them unless you want to. So I'm going to rename this T1, and I'm going to rename this T2 for Team 2. We're going to get a event receiver chip and place it down. So, and we are going to put this to player join. This is going to be so whenever a player joins, it just places them on a team. We want to get all players with role. And we are going to place it up here. We're going to do this for both teams. So we're going to go ahead and place that down here. And we are going to want to get a get element chip. So type in get element. And depending on your PvP game, this is going to be different. I'm just going to say, I don't know. Let's say there's only going to be two people on each team. We're going to make the circuit simple for this tutorial. I'm not trying to make something too advanced for like 50 players or something. 40. So we are going to get the all people at roles that have T1, and this will get all players with the role T2. And we are going to connect it to the list get element, so it turns into a player value from a list player. We are going to keep this 0 because 0 is the first person that's in the first input player. So yeah, if you have two people, it's going to be 0 1, not 0 0. I mean 1 2. Okay, so I'm back and I'm figured out what I'm missing. I was missing one chip called Let's Get Count. You can't blame someone for forgetting just one chip out of the hundreds of chips that we have. So go ahead and type in list, and Let's Get Count should show up. We are going to put Let's Get Count there and connect it to the values. Now what we are going to do is we are actually going to move this over a bit, and we are going to get two equal chips. gonna get 2 equal chips. And this will get the amount of people on team 1, and this will get the amount of people on team 2. So if this equals how many players are allowed? Only 2. This will depend on how many players are allowed on each team. So I'll only allow 2 players on each team. So let's say that you click switch team. When you click switch team, it goes up here and it checks if there's 2 people on team 1. And if there's not 2 people or only 1 person on team 1, it's going to put you on team 1. But if there are 2 people on team 1, then it will yeah, if this equals 2 and there's 2 people on team 1, then the fin value will go down here and it will put you on team 2, you know. So anyway, we're going to continue with that. That took a while to find out. I completely forgot about that one chip. Now we are going to get a team. Where is it? I need an int variable. We are going to get a int variable wherever it is in here. Here it is. And we're going to connect this to the else value of each if chip over here. Now, we are going to rename this to team. So TEAM team. Then we're going to get an add chip right after. We don't need this to be synced or a cloud variable. And we are going to get an add chip. And it will add 1 depending on what team you are. I'm going to show you how we can reset it though, because if it gets to 3, then it won't put you on a team. So we are going to copy these equals and if chips. I'm going to bring them over here. And we are going to make it so if this equals 1, it's going to put you on team 1. And if it equals 2, then it's going to put you on team 2. But if it does not equal any of those numbers, then it's going to reset to 0 and put you on team 1 again whenever we get to them circuits. So I'm pretty sure there's an add roll chip, not roll, ROELE. Okay, so player add roll, we are going to add 2 of these chips. We're going to add 2 of these chips and connect it to the DIN output. So if it equals 1, puts you on T1. The player who pressed the interaction volume, by the way, to make sure that it's not local player, because if it's local player, you're gonna have oh wait, no. You want this to be local player. You want this to be local player because local players on each one of the players' devices. We are gonna rename this the T2. If it equals 2, it will put you on team 2. And we're gonna connect those else values. And actually, to show you, I can just go into this room, go to settings. You can also do this if you want. Go over to game roles and show only my roles. So if I click on this, it's going to put me on team 1. If I click it again, it'll put me on. No, I didn't add the remove roles yet. Well, I'm gonna reset it and have the move roles ready. So we are going to want to get player removed role and put them over here. And now when you add T1, it removes T2. And then when you add T2, it removes T1. And I may make a scoreboard in a later video. You don't really need a scoreboard, but I guess I will in a later video. Anyway, this will get the players on each team. It's not getting me because I reset the roles. But if I was to go ahead and check my roles again and click on this, it would add team 1 and I will be right here. And this would equal, this will be 1, so this would be false. Go down here and go to here. And all that stuff. And if I click it again, it will take away T1 and put me on team 2. Therefore, I will be on team 2 now. And yeah, there you go. Team 1 or team 2. And the player joined thing is disconnected to anything? I don't know. The circuit, the wires are acting weird. So yeah, whenever a player joins, you're going to want to put them here because when they join, they'll automatically be put on team 1 if it's empty. If it's full, they'll go to team 2. And there you go. Now that we have the roles, we can finish up the scoring system, which I should finish up. So where were we at? Oh yeah, with the health, if your health drops down to 0, then it says if you're killed and stuff, and this will add 1, and it will actually add a role to the hit player. So go ahead and place a add role over here. You can make your own dead role, but I'm just going to use the one down here. So let me just click on this. And this one is eliminated with a capital E. Remember, these are case sensitive, so if it has a capital in it, go ahead and put the capital. I'm just going to use the eliminated role, and it will actually add to the hit player, not the local player, the hit player. And once it adds the role eliminated, then what does the eliminated role do again? I think it just keeps you still and stuff. Yeah, so the eliminated role takes away your restriction to pick up stuff. You can't move, and you probably want to add a few things like maybe the voice roll off distance is 0. It hides their avatar and hides their name. So maybe when you kill someone, they just go completely invisible until they respawn. And of course, you might want to disable some of these other things like disable both these and disable the shoulder equipment too, so they can't get nothing on their shoulder equipment. And now that we've done that, now whenever someone gets eliminated, it's going to add the elimination role. Before I show you, I'm going to need to get rid of this after a few seconds. So I'm going to get a delay chip. And after about a 3-second delay, I am going to respawn. So once it eliminates that person, whatever your respawn timer is, mine is going to be 3 seconds. And then after the delay, it's going to remove the role eliminated after the delay. And then of course, that's not all. We also need to add something to get rid of the guns in their slots, because even though they're stopped on the ground and dead and everything, they're still going to be able to pick up the gun and shoot it. So we are just going to get the unequipped chip over here. Type in UNEQ. You should get unequipped. You're going to want to use unequipped from slots. This will make everything so much easier. And we are actually going to have it run after the chip is enabled. So connect it to the run and connect this to the hit player. And make sure all these are true. So if they have anything on them, it just unequips from their slots and disables for them. And let me show you. I think that if I go ahead and start the game and I use the gun, oh, it's not doing damage. That's great. Oh, do you actually want this to be active? Okay, so it's doing damage. And as you can see, it hit 0. And after 3 seconds, I am back up. My health isn't back yet or anything because I don't got that set up. So what I did to fix it is you want to go over to the custom events and the combat conversion chip. You actually want to have this active. I knew something was a little bit weird when it wasn't working because it was working my other maps when I was using it. So you want that to be enabled. My bad, I might put that in the video, might not, depends. And yeah, after you're eliminated, we're going to want to set your health back to 100. So we are actually going to spawn another set HUD element chip. And this one will actually be connected to the max value. And then after your 3-second delay is over, it is going to set your health back to 100. Now the scoring thing, we are going to get, is it get any player with roles or get all players with roles? We are going to get all players with roles, so go ahead and copy this chip up here and the team 2 chip up here. Oh, wait a second. Any players with roles. So if I type in any role, we're going to get any player with the role, which is what we want. So actually delete those and use this instead. Once we have 2 of these chips, we're gonna rename one to T1, one to T2. Then after we do that, T1, T2, we are going to get a so we are going to go ahead and get a player has a role chip. So we're gonna go ahead and type in has role and it should come right up. And after we do that, that should be the first chip. And this will check if the hit player has a certain role and the role detects which team they're on. So that's why you need this role system to actually make your PvP map. So T2, T1, we're going to connect this to the hit player again. And we're going to get to if chips, or you can just find some and just copy them over here. Now we're going to connect it, and we're going to have it run after the unequip from slots. So we're going to connect this. And if the person's on team 1, and yeah, if the hit player, the person who died, has team 1, it's going to add a score to team 2 because the person on team 1 died. Now, of course, if the person's on team 2 and they got the team 2 roll and they die, then it's going to give team 1 a score. And let's see, less than or equal to 0. No. What I'm going to do, I'm actually going to delete these. Got a greater than chip in here somewhere, but I might as well just type it out, it'll be faster. Greater or equal. So get a greater or equal, put it right here. And if the team 1 score is greater or equal to 10, then it's going to end the game. And that is where the end game synced event comes in. We're going to do the same with this too. So after team 1 or team 2 loses, you can add like sound effects and whatever you want. I'm just going to have a basic sound effects chip go off to signify that each team won. So if team 1 wins, it's going to play, I don't know, blue wins, and if team 2 wins, it's going to say red wins. You can have custom sound effects. I can do a bonus video after if you guys want to see that. But we're going to connect the thin value to this, and we are going to change the sound effects to not blue scores, blue wins. And this one, this is going to be lower in here because it is R. Let me go ahead and find it. Red wins. And the volume is really low. I should probably turn that up. After we make this red team wins, and of course we're going to make it sync so everyone can hear it. Nothing like being on the losing side and hearing red team wins. Anyway, after we do that, we're going to get a event sender, or what we can do is we can just copy this event sender we have down here. I remember event sender. Okay, here's the event sender. And the event sender, we're going to change it to end game for all as the target. So end synced game, and this is going to end the synced game. And I'm also going to connect this to, oh, I already got one down here. Well, I'm going to disconnect this and connect this up here. That'll make it a whole lot easier. And let me test this out. And yeah, that will be the video. So if I go ahead and I actually don't know what team I'm on. I'm just going to click switch team. Then I'm going to start the game. I got my health here. Pick up the pistol. Shoot myself a few times. And as you can see, I'm on team 2 and I died. So it's going to add 1 to team 1. And yeah, it also unequips the gun from E2. Oh, but I don't have a reset for the score. Okay, I'll do that real quick and then I'll end the video. Okay, so what we're going to want to do is we want to have this, and we also want actually we don't really care if this goes back to 0, but we definitely want this to go back to 0. So after this happens, we're actually going to make this go to 0 and this activates. I have rows, and now if I shoot, it's going to add a 1 to that score. I'll be able to move. I shoot. It adds another to the score, and it's going to do that until 2. It adds health. I can click end game, and there you go. If you liked the video, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.